Chow
it's all
Dimes
going now.
podcast. Perfect.
It's going.
All
Right. So this is the Chow Dimes podcast, and as our first episode, we're gonna start out with receiver talk. Then we're gonna go to running back talk about the new news that's happened recently, and then we got some hot takes that we want to talk about that are really fucking hot,
scorching,
and then some that
surface
aren't as
level
hot.
of the sun type of shit.
They'll be kind of hot, but we'll see. So all right, so I think our mind is we kind of have an idea about the receivers.
Yeah, I feel like
top 10.
Yeah, I feel like. Well, I also feel like the top 5 receivers. Besides one, we all know who the best receiver in the league is.
So let's start with that though. Let's start with one. So Justin Jefferson, we both agreed on number 1 receiver. Unstoppable at his best. I think he's the best route runner. I think he has great support around him. And he's just built to be an elite receiver. Just his speed, size, hands, everything about him. Gonna be one of the best in the league for years. And he's just starting out. So
easily.
So yeah, that's easy. That was an easy one. Second one, we agreed on Cooper Kupp, which I don't think a lot of people will say. Purely because he's not,
coming off an injury. You don't know what Stafford's going to be like. But at the end of the day, he's still Stafford's favorite target. He still is always open. And, the fact that he plays in the slot, everyone's like, oh, well, whatever. But it's still called a slot receiver.
It is.
I mean, 2 years ago, the guy literally had a perfect season as a receiver. Led receiving in everything. Then
Did he
followed
beat the
it
record? Or no?
The record? No,
Like
he led the league in
He didn't
yards,
beat the yards
touchdowns.
record, though? I think he was close
I don't
to
think
the
so.
yards record.
I don't
remember.
think so.
I don't think he did, actually.
No, I think that was last year with Jay Jettas.
Oh, that was him. That was last year. Yeah,
You kidding me? The top 5 receivers in yards last year were all in the making of it.
Yeah, I know.
Jamar
Also because he has an extra game, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jamar Chase missed 4 games and was still in the top 3, 4 of receiving last year, maybe 5 even.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamar Chase is number 3.
Jamar Chase is 3. I like Jamar Chase a lot.
Especially with Joe Burrow throwing to him.
They've been throwing to each other for years now. So
God,
great chemistry.
as long as they can keep them together,
They will.
be
That core is going to stay together for both of their careers. I think they'll stay together.
Well, the only thing that sucks is that they just paid T. Higgins, and
Oh, they did pay T. Higgins.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
He came back.
Okay. Well, that's good though. I mean, having a second receiver next to you, that's good. So important.
I mean, I say this to you all the time.
Thing.
If you want to know how good your number 1 is, you gotta look at their number 2.
Yeah.
Their number 1 is gonna lead them in receptions and yards. The guy on the other side of him is gonna get all the touchdowns.
Yes. No, you're right. All right. So 4, another one we agreed on. Tyreek Hill.
Agreed.
Tyreek Hill.
Who we will be coming back to.
Yes, we
in
will.
a little while.
Yes, we will. But best athlete in the league, I think.
Easily.
Bar none. Best athlete in the league. Fastest guy. Was doing races this offseason.
You kidding me? The guy can
He's
dunk.
Insane.
The guy
He's
can
insane.
dunk. He's like 5'8" and he can dunk.
Dude, he should go to the Olympics, bro.
He's
that good,
athlete.
actually. He should be run the 100.
An athlete.
I know. But unstoppable, though. I think, actually, out of all the receivers on this list, I think he could play he will be the best receiver on any team. Doesn't matter. In the league, he could be the best receiver in the league on any team. I think there's not many receivers in the league that you could say that.
Dude,
about.
the guy's got
Justin Jefferson.
Just FU speed.
That's all you need.
Just FU, I'm faster.
And agility. Dude's breaking ankles.
Dude, the NFL is lucky that he's not like 6'4".
Imagine he's 6'4".
If he's 6'4", they should just rename him to Randy Moss.
Yeah. Even Randy, as athletic as Randy Moss was, I still think Tyreek Hill has him. It
was just Randy's strides, bro. That's what made him so much better. Like, dude could take 3 steps and be 20 yards down the field.
Yeah.
But, all right, who do we got that's next?
Devontae Adams.
Agreed. Even though he had a down year last year, I still think route running, ability to get open, everything. I mean, he checks all the boxes for a number 1 receiver. Yeah, he had a bad year last year, but at the end of the day, bro, you got to give him the respect that he's due.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers, to me, showed just how great of a QB he was because he really did make Devontae Adams, I think. Devontae Adams, he struggled last year.
Last year showed how much Aaron needed Devontae. Aaron might have made Devontae a household name, but he proved it last year that he needs Devontae.
Yeah.
He needs a guy that he can go, oh my God, there's a 300-pound lineman who's about to flatten me like a pancake.
Yeah.
Let me just flick my wrist and give the ball to the guy I know is going to be there and trust that he's going to come down with it.
Route running, probably the best in the league. I think he's the best route runner.
I think him and Diggs are like 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
You know?
So this is actually where I wanted to actually discuss the next ranking. So Diggs, A.J. Brown, those I think could go either way.
Agreed.
I think because A.J. Brown, he is a
fucking freak.
He's a freak in nature athletically. He's a freak in nature. Has potentially top 5 QB with them. And so does Diggs, obviously. But what's the real difference?
I trust Jalen Hurts more than I trust Josh Allen at the moment.
Okay.
And that is definitely recency bias, you know.
I understand that. And also they're very similar players, really. They are. I think Josh Allen has a better arm. And
you know, A.J. Brown has probably about like 25 pounds on him.
Yeah,
he's probably a couple inches taller.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So what was I saying? I think A.J. Brown is physically, I think him as just a threat on the field is way bigger just because of his physicality. He just, bodies people way stronger. But otherwise, I think they're really similar receivers. I think what they offer in game, both are game-changing players. Both can show up, but also have, weeks where they're not the greatest.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
I feel like for A.J. Brown, though, it's just more of like that offense. Because Philly's offense is extremely deadly. They can kill you from obviously they run the ball. Obviously they run the ball. Obviously Jalen Hurts can run the ball. They've got, do they still have Dallas Goedert, their tight end?
I think he left.
Anyway, their top two receivers are both number 1 caliber guys. Devontae Smith won the fucking Heisman as a receiver. I have never seen that happen. But
I know, that's true. Hey
man, it's crazy.
I think this year we're going to see, that's what I love about the NFL right now in general, is that this year we're going to see a huge change. Like, things that are going to happen that we can't predict. Like, that's what the NFL has become. I remember just years ago, we'd always know what, the top 3 receivers are, or top 3 running backs, every year. I think it was pretty easy to predict. I think nowadays it's a little bit harder. Teams are more competitive. There's just way more talent spread out around the whole league. So I'm excited about that. Let's go to 9. 9 is Keenan Allen, which I think we both agreed on. You brought it up at 9.
His hands,
great hands, great route running.
Even though Herbert prefers to throw to Williams, I still think Keenan Allen is still up there.
Yeah, barring injuries.
Yeah,
he's definitely a top 10 receiver.
Yeah.
In my opinion, even though we put him at 9, I think he could also be out at 10 at times. He could jump in and out, but I think talent-wise, he deserves to be in the top 10.
Definitely.
For sure. And then 10, what did we say? I think it was...
Didn't we have CeeDee Lamb somewhere in here?
Oh, I think CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen were the 2 we were discussing about as the 9 and 10. We could do CeeDee Lamb then.
Yeah, I was going to say, CD should definitely be in this conversation.
He should. I mean, I hate Dak.
Of course.
I think he's overrated as hell. But
hey, man, at least he won't throw 10 interceptions this year, right? Even though the sports books have him at 13.5, and I mean, you missed 5 games last year, and you still tied the.
I can't wait till we talk about the Cowboys. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go deep into the Cowboys and talk about how just stupid they are of a team, about what they've been doing. But we'll do that another day. But anyway,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. And so I don't know. I like that list. I think that list is different. I think a lot of people, that. But that's great. That's great about the NFL now. Like we said,
even though somebody's gonna be somewhere just saying you guys are fucking wrong. You're morons,
someone's gonna say that shit. But
That's what's crazy considering it's our opinion.
It's our opinion on it.
Whatever.
So, whatever. I think, but I think our top 5 is strong. Jefferson, Kupp, Chase, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams. I think that you can't deny. Those are top 5 in the league. All right, let's go from one hot take to some more hot takes. Let's go to some hot takes. All right, so I'll start.
Do your thing.
And as a Giants fan, I'm going to use a Giants player for my first hot take.
Shocker.
Darren Waller, comeback player of the year. I think he is a top 3 tight end when he's healthy. I think he has the best hands out of any tight end.
Cap. That is cap.
I think he has the best tight. Dude, you got to see his highlights.
You can't tell me Travis Kelce. You can't tell me he's over.
You got to see his highlights. I'm telling you, the dude catches passes is the biggest radius. He has the biggest radius of catch rate out of any tight end. Bro. Trust me. No, Travis Kelce is the best route running. Pat Mahomes throws to him.
Bro, I don't give a fuck.
Of course he's going to be the best tight end.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude, if anybody could be the best tight end in the league with Pat Mahomes. But that's my opinion. Travis Kelce, I think he's great. Don't get me wrong. Travis Kelce's great. But
that's blasphemous. I'm just going to let you know. Shout out Stephen A.
Stephen A.
It's the only reason I know that word.
Yeah, same actually. But yeah, I think Darren Waller is a amazing player. And what I was saying before we were talking, the Giants went out to get him for a reason. They're going to utilize him. I want him to be part of the offense as much as any player on that team.
Dable doesn't really strike me as a guy that's going to be like, oh, let's go get this guy and just have him stand there and look pretty, you know?
We're still learning about Dable, though. Yeah. Like, last year, they had a great season.
Yeah, but it was his first year, and he won the Coach of the Year, bro.
He did. I love Dable. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But the NFL, anything can happen. I think the Giants are hiding a lot of what their offense is going to be next year. I think last year they showed a lot of different.
Hey man, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Okay, we'll get into that. All right, go with your hot take.
All right, my hot take is us being in the New York market. You know how much I love the Jets and every other whatever, but I got Miami taking that division. Mm-hmm. I think if Tua's brain doesn't get punched through the back of his helmet, I really think they win the division. I mean, bro, last year through the first 8 games, they were 7-1.
They were amazing.
I mean, bro, the first week he threw 6 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah.
So I can't see a point where I also really like their coach, Mike McDaniels.
Mm-hmm. He's a weird dude.
You got Jason. Cool. You got Jason. You got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And the guy, I mean, he almost beat the Bills last year with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you need to know about the guy?
That game was nuts.
Yeah.
That game was nuts.
All right, what's your next hot take, my man?
So I think this is one a lot of people will disagree on. Chiefs not making the AFC Championship for the first time in 5 years. I think, like I've been saying over and over, the NFL is super unpredictable, extremely competitive, a lot more good teams. But I just think there's going to be a year where they fall back with expectations. Mm-hmm. It's so hard to be
consistent.
Patriots 2.0. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just it's pretty much impossible. Yeah.
You can have the pieces to the dynasty, but you still got to put it together.
It's all about Pat Mahomes.
Agreed.
It's all about him. Oops. And but we'll see. I think if Pat Mahomes, if he has a good year, he'll have a good year, obviously. Yeah. But I just think it's going to be a competitive ass year for the AFC.
Yeah. So I mean, the AFC is the best conference in football.
Oh, it's best. It's the best for sure. NFC is getting there though.
Yeah. So we touched upon this a little bit earlier, but my next hot take is I got Tyreek Hill breaking the single season receiving yards record.
I love that hot take. Actually.
I mean, through 8 games last year, like I said earlier, they were 7-1. He was on pace to break it by, I think they said 100 yards. Maybe I could be wrong, but if he gets a full year with Tua and Mike McDaniel's offense, I genuinely think he breaks the record.
I like that a lot. I think Tyreek Hill is their, best weapon, obviously.
Bro, the league is lucky he's not 6'4". If he's 6'4", he's
huge. Dude, he would be insane. He would be Megatron like times 2.
Dude, he'd be like a mixture of Megatron with like Randy Moss. Like,
no, I agree.
Like,
he would be.
Oh my God.
But I like that. I think Tua is gonna, I think he will stay healthy. I hope so too. And I mean, with him and Waddle, Tyreek's gonna get open so much. He's so fast. They're just gonna throw deep routes all the time.
Even
short. Yeah, he's agile as hell. He's just gonna get around people. It's gonna happen. He's gonna get open.
He's gonna get
That's
his.
what you know.
He's gonna get his. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
All right, what's your next one, my man?
So next one, another same division. Jets missing the playoffs.
Love that.
Which
fuck the Jets.
But
Love
another
that.
second part to this, Packers doing better than them. Just to rub it in a little bit. That is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of crazy. I like that.
What do you like, Jordan Love?
Yeah, I love Jordan Love.
Yeah,
no, just kidding. No, I actually think Jordan Love is gonna surprise people. This system of letting a QB sit for a while before coming in and starting hasn't been practiced a lot recently when you think about it. So
okay, I think I can see
we're about to see that happen for the first time in a long time. And I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to surprise people. And the Packers, great organization, winning history. It was
also
2 years
easy.
ago they were making, AFC Championship games. So
it's also easy when you have two all-time great quarterbacks back to back of each other. But whatever, Green Bay is Green Bay.
But I think where the Jets are going to fail is coaching. I think coaching for them.
I think also their offensive line.
They're starting to fix that. I think they're going to fix that.
Defense is great. The defense is fine.
Defensive line is great. I think having Aaron Rodgers though, like they don't have to worry about the offensive line as much because he's gonna get the ball out faster.
Yeah, but it only takes one bad hit.
I'm not thinking about him getting injured though. If he does get injured, they're screwed. I mean, that's easy to predict.
Call back up Mike White and be like, "Hey, man."
Yeah. Dude, I was at that game actually. That game.
Oh, really?
Where he went off and like
when he got folded like a lawn chair?
No, not that one. The home game, like his first breakout game when they played against the Bengals at MetLife.
Oh yeah.
And he threw for like 400 yards.
Yeah.
I swear he threw like 5-yard passes the whole game. It was so boring.
Bro,
even the Jets fans were like, "What the fuck are we watching? I never see something like this." I'm like, "This is a joke." Like I don't know what you guys are.
Yeah, bro. Dude could have gotten a free steak dinner at any steakhouse in New York after that.
Yeah, just after that.
Yeah, dude. Should have heard the people on the radio. They were dead ass just like throating him the whole time like he was a second coming of Jesus.
Yeah. Is he still on? No, he's not. What team did he go to? I think he went to Miami, actually. Miami.
Actually, that does sound pretty familiar.
I think he went to Miami.
Yeah.
Jets missing playoffs. I think they miss it because of coaching. Simply because of lack of experience. We'll see what happens though. But I think it's because of coaching. All right, let's hear. What's your next hot take?
My next one is a little bit of bias because the Steeler fan and
all right,
I hate the fucking Ravens.
That's all right.
So. OBJ and Lamar Jackson will not play 7 consecutive games together. Either one of them will be hurt, both of them will be hurt. I don't care.
Dude, I love OBJ. And I'm not just saying that because he was on the Giants. I'm not just saying that because he was on the Giants. I think he was like the best receiver we've ever seen in that shortest period of time. In 1 year, I think he had the best rookie year for a receiver we've ever seen.
I mean, he still has one of the best catches that I have ever seen.
I saw that. I was watching that right here. Dude, I swear I dropped to my knees, pulled out my phone. What the fuck am I looking at right now? Holy shit. Like, I was literally sending it to, like, everybody. I was like, did you see this?
Yeah, it's like one crazy. It's like one of those sports moments where it's like, do you remember where you were when? Dude, I remember where I was. I remember I'm upstairs watching, like, The Walking Dead or something. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the show and, like, I hear my dad calling me. He's like, Nick. So I open the door. I'm like, what? He goes, you need to come downstairs and watch this catch. It might be the greatest catch I have ever seen in my life.
Dude,
so I'm like, like you're sitting here and making me watch this catch when my show is on. Come on, man. I watch the catch and I just go, thank you. That was fucking nuts. Dude caught it with 3 fingers.
3 fingers?
Yeah.
I wish I was at that game. That would have been nuts. I would have been going crazy.
Dude, you would have been just rubbing your nipples, just ready for it. But what's your next hot take, my man?
All right. So, Trey Lance winning starting job for the 49ers. I still think they trust him and believe in him. Purdy's out for the whole year, pretty much. I don't know if he's even going to come back in time to even play this year. Because Tommy John surgery on a football player, like, that's
uncommon.
Insane.
It never. Uncommon. I don't think it's ever happened. Not that I can remember.
I mean, I think he'll recover fine. It's just the time frame. You know, the 49ers are one of those teams. QBs, revolving door, constantly. Yeah. Like, they're not going to wait on a QB.
Bro, that defense, offensive line, and all the weapons they have, you know, you can put you out there and they'll be okay. You know?
Exactly. So, like I said, I think Trey Lance, they draft him for a reason. They're not going to look foolish to give up on him that quick. They're going to give him the opportunity
also,
to play.
It wasn't his fault, bro.
He's a young guy.
He got hurt.
But the fact of the matter is he's barely played football. Yeah. Like, the dude's played not that many snaps in college. You know, he barely's played, like, compared to somebody.
He barely took snaps in the NFL last year. I think he broke his ankle or whatever it was by week 3.
They draft him because of potential. They're going to use him. So.
And Shanahan's a genius.
He's a
genius. At the end of the day,
he's one of the best coaches in the league. We'll do that, too, eventually. Like, coach rankings, which would be cool. So.
Tomlin's not in your top 3. I'm going to slap the taste out of your mouth.
Sorry, he's not. Sorry.
Okay, we won't get into this. But after the podcast, I will be yelling at you for a little while. I'm just going to let you know.
Okay.
So my next hot take is I got Nick Chubb leading the league in rushing yards.
Okay. I mean, that's a surprising one. Tell me why. What do you think about him?
I mean, this guy runs like a brick shit house, man. Like, I know everyone's going to be like, oh, but Deshaun Watson and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, trust me, I know the AFC North pretty well. How you win games in the AFC North is defense and running the fucking rock.
Yeah, that's true. There's some good D-lines on that.
Even though he just got paid, I think maybe this offseason or last offseason or whatever. He just got paid, so maybe he'll take a little bit of, like, you know, maybe he'll step back a little bit.
Have you seen the workout videos he's
been doing? Are you kidding me? I saw that
bro.
On my way here, bro.
Dude,
the dude's squatting 7 plates on each. The bar literally looks like a parenthesis.
Dude, it's a U. It's one of the, the floppy bars.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck he's doing that with like 10 plates.
I saw, there was a comment in there. There was a comment in there from somebody, and they were like, I want to see a Barkley and Chubb squat contest.
Don't let Saquon do that. Nah.
Dude, I would pay money to see them.
Dude's struggling. Like, oh my God. He's not struggling. He's not struggling doing that shit. Chubb, that is.
Bro, they can literally probably deadlift a car. Maybe not a car, but
I don't understand.
Maybe a Prius, but
I don't understand the point of those workouts, though. What are you really trying to prove?
Squatting?
That much? Are you trying to get hurt? I just think it's stupid. I'm sorry. I think it's stupid. I think running back, I mean, you want big tackles and shit. I get that.
Plus,
but
majority
you don't have to be squatting a fucking 1,000
half
pounds
a ton,
on a bar that's wobbling while you're doing it,
bro.
Like, it's stupid. I don't know, but I guess it's for the media. It's for social media.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Yeah.
Because these guys work hard in the offseason.
All right. You got another hot take, or do you want me to go to my last one?
Yeah, I'm done with the hot takes.
All right. This one's my last one now. This one hurts me to say, and I really hope nobody gives me shit for this because I'm a Steelers fan, but I got the Bengals winning it all. Bengals are going to,
I like that.
I mean, Burrow's proven time and time again that he can beat Mahomes, and they just signed T. Higgins to that contract. I mean, obviously, they lost a couple guys on defense that were big pieces and played big roles. But at the end of the day, bro, there's a reason he's called Joe Shiesty.
There is.
There's a reason. There is. When it gets cold out, bro, this guy just turns into a different breed of human being. Like, trust me, I see him twice a year. I know.
I love watching.
Even though I'd rather watch him be successful rather than watching the Ravens or the Browns because, the Browns are a toilet bowl and the Ravens are, the Ravens. But
I love watching Joe Burrow play. I think the Bengals, their time will come.
Yeah.
And if you, kind of correlate what I said about the Chiefs missing the AFC Championship game, the Bengals might not have to go through them this year. They might not have to.
If they play them in the second round, you never know.
I mean, they are undefeated against them, though. Not undefeated in the regular season.
I think they're undefeated, but in the playoffs are like 4-1 or something like that.
Yeah, I think they. But anyway, they're good against them still. But if they don't have to play them, that's a straight, 60 mile an hour down the road right into the fucking Super Bowl. So
They walk into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They ain't running. They walk into the Super Bowl.
They don't have to do much. All right, let's finish up with some recent news. Saquon, Pollard, Jacobs.
Eckler, Jacobs.
Yeah. So the running back position is literally dying in front of us.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, it's sad. I mean, growing up, I mean, I'm not gonna say we were in the golden era of running backs, but majority of teams.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. AP, Jamal Charles.
Yeah, beast.
You remember Arian Foster?
Yeah.
I said Arian Foster's name to some, young buck the other day, and he was like, "Who?" I'm like, "You don't know who Arian Foster is?"
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, it sucks, but last couple of years, I mean, think about it this season. Isaiah Pacheco was the starting running back for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and he was a first-round pick. He was a rookie this season, and then you look last year, was
my next point,
Cam Akers, where nothing against Cam Akers, but he's not a Derrick Henry. He's not a Josh Jacobs. He's not one of these premier guys where you're like, you're not making a scouting report and circling his name 3 times and saying, "Hey, we need to stop this guy if we want to win." All of their offense is this one guy. No. And it sucks seeing the decline of running backs, and that's why nobody wants to pay them. Right. I'm not sure of how factual this is, but my dad told me this today. The franchise tag this year is $10 million for running backs.
Yep.
10 years ago, it was like, I think he said in the ballpark of 12 to 15 million.
Really?
Yeah, it's gone down. It's the only franchise tag of all positions that are eligible for a franchise tag where the price has gone down instead of up.
I mean...
And that sucks.
So, I think what I'm... Like, with Bijan Robinson, he, I think, is one of the highest paid running backs this year, as a rookie even, just because of how high he was drafted and stuff, the contract they gave him. I think the NFL is getting to a point where you draft a running back, you use him as much as you can. You get as much as you can out of him within his first 4 years. Because the position, the longevity just isn't there.
Exactly.
So all these teams that have been really successful recently, they have young running backs, or they have interchanging running backs. So I think that is the future, having a 2 running back committee and just paying them not that much, but getting young guys, drafting guys like every other year. Just a position that you're going to utilize well, but also it's going to be a revolving door. You're going to have guys in and out all the time.
Dude, so all these running backs that want to get paid, you ever notice how a lot of them are around the age of 28?
They're young, yeah.
Like all of them. It's like
they're not going to last,
exactly.
After that point. You can't pay a running back at that much money at that age.
Oh, it used to be 30. Teams used to be scared to pay a running back at 30.
Peterson. Not everyone.
Well, I mean, AP.
That's the difference.
I mean, he ended up playing until he was like 37 or something like that.
He was nasty.
But hey, man, if he never beat his kid with a stick, then he probably would have gotten a couple more years. But
oh my god. But I'm hoping Saquon. Well, in terms of Saquon, I'll just say, I hope he has an amazing year on the franchise tag.
I want him to get pissed off.
And he will. He will play. I think people are saying he's not going to play or he's going to miss a game. I think that's bullshit.
I think that's more of a publicity thing.
I think it's publicity. This is he's a serious fucking player for them, and he knows that, he loves his team. Yeah.
He also doesn't strike me as hey man, I know a lot about a running back who doesn't want to play for an entire season. Well,
yeah. Well, before you say that, I just want to say this too, is that Saquon thinks he's the best running back in the league, and he's going to show that this year. He's going to show that. I think he's going to come out. He's going to have a crazy good year, and he's going to prove being the best running back in the league, and we'll see what happens after that. So, anyway, what are you going to say?
I know a thing or two about a running back who sits out for a year, but he doesn't strike me as a Bell. He doesn't strike me as someone that is willing to. Bell
was that he had his best year on the franchise tag, and then he sat out. He bet on himself twice, so.
Oh, trust me, I remember hearing, I want to get $50 million, and then when the Steelers offered him $50 million, he was like, nah, I'm going to the Jets.
Yeah.
And what happened from there?
Did everyone All right, so we cut out a little bit.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties.
So yeah, so we were talking about
before the cutoff. We brought
Le'Veon Bell and comparison with Saquon.
We ended up talking to each other. We ended up talking to each other about the Titans again.
And then the fucking Titans somehow. But all right, so let's just talk about D-Hop again real quick.
Basically, the points that I made was he had 4 teams he was going to pick from. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Patriots, and the Titans, obviously. The Chiefs and the Bills were, they're the top of the league when it comes to salary cap and everything. So I'm pretty sure they were only offering him like $3 or $4 million, maybe.
That's nothing.
And I don't know. I personally think I at first hated the move because I said to my dad, I was like, they literally got an A.J. Brown replacement, but he's 5 years older. But it's still D-Hop. But I mean, at the end of the day, it'll help Derrick Henry a little bit. They won't put 11 guys in the box to stop him and then a single high safety to just be like, well, insurance. So I just think, do I like the move? Kind of. It's kind of growing on me, but I also feel like if he wanted to win, I felt like he should have just taken the 1-year deal with either the Chiefs or whatever. He doesn't want to win. Whatever.
He doesn't care. He wants the money probably. So, which I don't blame him.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, get your bag, bro.
Yeah, get your bag.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you only have a fixed amount of time in the NFL, and you got to get your money somewhere.
Get your money. He's still a great player. Still will help their team tremendously. So.
Yeah. Hopefully Tannehill can, obviously I think Tannehill will be able to get him the ball, especially with the help of Derrick Henry. Yeah, definitely.
No, the Titans will still be good. They've been good for a while. Yeah. They never are a really bad team. I mean, maybe years ago, but now they aren't. So they'll still be relevant. Probably not as relevant as people think. Or
I mean, I don't see them. I don't see them beating, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills. No way.
At least, I don't see them doing that.
Well, it also depends. I mean, anything can happen in the NFL.
Anything can happen. So, all right, man. So,
well, that sounds like it's a wrap for us.
That's a wrap.
A second time of us doing this. So, this has been the Chow and Dimes podcast. We hope you all enjoyed, and we'll tune in. Find us on social media. Find our TikTok.
Yeah,
find our TikTok. Hopefully you'll be able to find it.
All right, sounds good. See you later.
All right, it's been real, my peoples. Stay cool.